There are those who look at the world as it is and ask why, and there are those who look at the world as it could be and ask why not. I'd like to think of myself as a dreamer, but also a realist, as an idealist who's also a pragmatist. My name is Ismail Serageldin. I'm Egyptian. I have had a long experience in development. I was for many years with the World Bank, the last 7 of which as Vice President of the World Bank. And I've also been involved in many issues of development and, of course, in promoting intercultural dialogue. I'm currently the librarian of Alexandria, the director of the New Library of Alexandria. The New Library of Alexandria is really trying to recapture the spirit of the ancient library, which was the greatest experiment the human intellect has ever undertaken. For 6 centuries, we had this marvelous location where the greatest minds of the ancient world would meet: poets, mathematicians, astronomers, engineers, scientists, historians, all got together and created a cultural outburst that we still stand in awe of to this day. The library's work is therefore hopefully going to lead to a renaissance in the Arab world, a renaissance in Egypt, a renaissance in the Muslim world. It can only help positively, I think, all of those worlds. The Muslim world today is coming out from a couple of centuries that involved colonization, that involved fragmentation, that involved a search for a new and contemporary identity. It is normal that one would expect that this search for a contemporary identity, this search for a way of contributing to fashioning the future that is being crafted as we speak, is something that the Muslim world needs to do. The political boundaries of the nation state have never been more permeable, either to the commerce of ideas or to the movement of funds as they have become today. And how does this affect different societies? How does this help evolving civilizations, evolving cultures in each group to recognize themselves in the bigger whole and at the same time to make their contribution to the others without being threatened? Humanity advances by this in steps that may not be immediately seen or immediately felt, but where collectively, after a while, you suddenly realize how far you've come. Look at the attitudes towards women, the attitudes towards minorities, the attitudes towards human rights, the attitudes towards environment, the attitudes towards poverty, the attitudes towards hunger, how far they have changed in the last 30 years. That's not much in the history of the world. 30 years is a blink of an eye. Youth is not only more than half the present, it's all the future. Youth are in many of our societies, and I speak, for example, from Egypt and from the Arab world, about 50% of the population is under 25. They will have more access to more information at their fingertips than any other generation before. I think they will be more creative, they will unleash greater talent than we have ever seen before in the history of the world. And thus, I am enormously optimistic about the future, and I think that the internet will be a valuable tool for asserting our common humanity. I see the alliance of civilizations as a fundamental step in the direction of taking us away from the brink where those who advocate the clash of civilizations would like to take us, towards the era of the full promise of a celebration of our common humanity and our diversity that so many other commissions have contributed to. Both sides, I think, have to recognize that mutual respect is fundamental if we're going to coexist, that societies require a civilized discourse in order to be able to understand each other, that in fact polarizing issues is not to the benefit of humanity as a whole, and that we need to reach out to each other. Their coexistence and their alliance with each other is going to be infinitely richer and more powerful than if each went its own way.